So our next speaker, he actually has done all of this, which is very impressive. And of course, he also have a very successful coaching business. It's a 6-figure coaching business. And today, he's going to talk about impact. He used to be a member of Pony Express, but then it's very impressive that he started from, someone started from the first step, then doing all these amazing things, like being the speaker of the year and run 500 events over 3 years' time. Okay, so let's put our hands together and welcome Simone.
Can anyone tell me what is this? Didgeridoo. And the didgeridoo is from Australia, and I am from Italy, right? So, Italian dude playing a didgeridoo, talking about making impact, having an impact on stage. What is all about? Now, there is something that I can tell you, that you can play the didgeridoo in 2 different ways. You can play the didgeridoo the traditional way, and you can play the didgeridoo my way. And I'll show you both. And play the didgeridoo is very, very simple. The only thing you need to have, because we were talking about kisses before, the only thing you need to do is almost like put your lips as you're kissing someone, like, give it a go, and then do. Brilliant, you're all didgeridoo players. Give yourself a massive round of applause. Well done. So this is the didgeridoo the traditional way. Thank you. Now, let me play you the didgeridoo my way. Does anyone like beatboxing by show of hands? Yeah, okay, let's put beatboxing with didgeridoo and let's see what comes out. Thank you. Now, the big question is, why did I do that? Why did I play the didgeridoo now? Well, I think that as a speaker, one of the most important part of your talk and of your speech in any situation is the introduction. And when Anik asked me to come here and talk, she told me, can you please talk about making an impact, how to have a big impact? And the reality is that if you don't have a huge impact from the moment you step on stage, then it's almost like you lose the audience along the way. But if you're able to grab their attention, if you're able to grab their imagination, then it's almost like going on a date and starting with the right foot. Now, if I see, for example, a beautiful woman, and I want to go on a date, and I'm a bit nervous, but I have a good flower. And I have what Elliot will call the schminky flower. Which one would you choose?
This one.
The good flower? Not yet. Hey. And by the way, I'm getting married in May, so.
Oh, come on.
So when you're starting, It's coming. Don't worry. When you're starting a speech, you want to start with a good flower. Now, can anyone tell me some bad flowers, some bad way, somewhere where you say, no, don't start a speech in that way. Otherwise, it's not going to go well. Yes, what's your name, sir?
My name is Malik.
Malik. Hi, Malik.
I would say kind of coming in and showing your nerves by taking in a huge breath, like, oh, this is going to be really grueling.
That's a great one, Malik. Thank you. Give Malik a round of applause. Thank you very much. So, for example, some speakers, they feel nervous. They come in. I'm very nervous, and maybe you're going to enjoy what I'm going to say, but maybe you don't. But yeah, let me start. That's not a good way to start a speech. Can anyone agree with me? By show of hands. Thank you very much. Thank you. What is another way, another no to start a speech? Yes, miss, what's your name?
Caroline.
Caroline, tell me, Caroline.
With an apology.
With an apology. I'm sorry, for the next half an hour, you will have to listen to what I have to say. Now, what does this create in the audience? It's going to be boring. Like, you're setting almost your expectation, you're lowering your expectation from the moment you start. So never start with an apology. Never, never, never. Even if it's your first speaking gig. Never. Just walk there and start. Now, let's move to the good rows. What are some great ways to start an event? What are some great ways to start a speech? Yes. What's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan.
Making eye contact and greeting people.
Making eye contact and greeting people. That's a great way to start a speech. Just taking a moment. And I think that was Anik that told me that when I came to one of the first Point Express trainings. And she told me, stay there. Take a pose. Connect with the audience. That moment will create an immediate connection between you and the audience. And they will feel that are part of the whole dance that then is going to be your speech. Thank you very much. What else? What else can we do with this rose? What else can we do with starting a great speech? Yes, what's your name?
Iona McArdle.
Iona. Hi, Iona.
You can say, this is my best rose that I chose for you.
This is...
I have come here to give you a speech, and I hope I'll entertain you and, to introduce it in a positive way.
Okay, definitely. You can introduce it in a positive way. The way you sounded sounded very kind of apologetic from the beginning. I hope I'm going to introduce, I hope I'm going to entertain you. I'm like, if I'm sitting in the audience, I'm like, okay, I'm hoping you're going to entertain me. What are other ways? There are great ways where you can start a speech. Yes, sir.
Malik, I think Jay just did beautifully kind of involve the audience straight away by getting us to kind of like stretch our
Brilliant.
It was amazing, yeah. Really
Brilliant. There is something that I love about creating what we call a pattern interrupt. Anyone studied NLP and knows what a pattern interrupt is? Brilliant. So if you don't know what a pattern interrupt is I am thinking about something else right now, and every other speaker is doing the same thing. Boom, something happened that grabs my attention, like Jay did before. Okay, stretch your hands. It's like, what the frick is going on there? So that's how you use a very powerful pattern interrupt. Why do I start my speeches with a didgeridoo? That's a huge pattern interrupt. So remember, when you're starting your speech, if you want to create a real impact in your presentation, make sure that you have something unique. Make sure that you have something quirky. Now, again, everything depends on the context where you're in. So, for example, if I'm in a boardroom of executive, I might not start with the didgeridoo. I might start with something else. Maybe what makes you unique could be what Elliot suggested before at the beginning, I think when he was talking about your story. Say, taking the step of the doctor and say, you have brain tumor. something that can really snap the audience from their pattern of thinking in that moment and get them present and looking at you so that they can be engaged with you throughout the whole presentation. So now, the question is for you, who do you want to be as a speaker? Do you want to be like everyone else? Or do you want to get the date? Thank you.